Hey everyone, welcome back. So the Bronx Toastmasters Club is an educational program where members learn how to speak comfortably in front of a group and lead with purpose. Meetings consist of practice skills that will make you a more confident speaker and leader to advance either in your career, acclimate to a new city, or even get a new job. And joining us to share more is Bronx Toastmasters Club President, Dr. Frankie Graham Brown, and club member plus Sergeant at Arms, Noam Schuldenreim. Hello and welcome.
Hello, Rhina. Nice to be here. Thank you for having us.
Hello, thank you for having us.
Well, we're happy to have you and happy to introduce this club that's been here in existence for 21 years now in the Bronx.
Yes, we're the oldest Bronx Toastmasters Club in our region. And we recently celebrated, it was during the pandemic, but we recently celebrated our 21st year here. And we're excited about that. Yes.
Well, that's a really big deal. And quite frankly speaking, this is the first time I'm hearing about the Toastmasters. So can you just share with everyone Toastmasters Mission?
Yes, so with Toastmasters, our mission largely encompasses ensuring that everyone feels welcomed, ensuring that everyone can speak as comfortably as possible, and give speeches in a supportive, warm, and inclusive environment. And that's a little bit of what the mission entails. That's pretty much our mission in a nutshell.
And so, should I refer to you as Dr. Frankie Graham Brown or Dr. Graham or Dr. Brown? Which?
We can do Dr. Frankie. I think one of my friends called me that, and I kind of like it. So we can do Dr. Frankie.
I like it too. All right, cool. So Dr. Frankie, as the president, how long have you been the president now?
We just became new officers July 1st, but I've been a member of our Bronx Toastmasters since 2020. And prior to that, I was actually the vice president of membership, and I started off as a sergeant of arms, which is the role that Noam does right now.
All right, so walk us through a session and with, I guess, a group of members or senior members, welcoming new members. Like, what does these sessions consist of?
Right now we're on Zoom, like pretty much a lot of different clubs. While there are some hybrids and there are some that traditionally go face-to-face, we're still online. And what happens is we log in and we start off just our first 15 minutes of just welcoming people in and just coming in and just making them feel comfortable and making them feel welcome. Because it can be intimidating coming into a Zoom platform and not knowing anybody and they're seeing your little box on the screen, right? So we try to encourage and really create a positive welcoming environment at the very beginning. And then once we get started, we have two parts. We have prepared speeches. We usually have 3 people prepare a speech on a certain topic that they're focused on. We call them pathways. And then after that, we really focus on a funner part called table topics. And it's just a way to do surefire questions and you don't know the answer and you have to figure out the best response within a minute or two. And then after that, we just do announcements and just talk about what comes next. But surely the table topics is the one that I think people really enjoy, especially as guests, because they really get to interact.
All right, so before we switch over to Noam, I want to know, how often do you meet and how long do you meet? And how many people are on that Zoom?
That's perfectly fine. We meet on the 2nd and 4th Wednesdays of every month. The Zoom starts at 7:15, but our meeting starts promptly at 7:30. And we have right now about a little bit north of 15 members, but usually since it's the summertime, members are traveling and doing things rightfully so. No one's going to be leaving Saturday to go out of town, out of the state, out of the country for a while. But typically we have around 10 members and we've had, even just for meetings, maybe north of 20.
Nice. And so Noam, talk to us about the diversity within this membership.
Yes, absolutely. From when I had joined Toastmasters the first time, I knew that it was going to be a very diverse group. I knew that it was going to be very welcoming. I knew that I didn't have to worry about, for example, me being on the spectrum, on the autism spectrum, and I knew I had nothing to worry about in terms of speaking in public and showcasing my abilities. And given that I have always relished opportunities for public speaking, I just found it a very welcoming environment.
So just share with us exactly what your role as Sergeant at Arms is, and what it is that you have to do to have that title. Like, it's a very interesting title.
Right, absolutely. The Sergeant at Arms essentially encompasses assisting with opening the meetings, ensuring that everyone repeats the club mission statement at the commencement of the meetings, just to ensure that everyone understands what Toastmasters largely entails. And when we resume in person at any point, I would assist with ensuring that we have all the equipment and that the meetings are all set and that everyone's welcomed and that everyone's ready with their respective equipment for their roles.
Yeah, so in other words, you keep everything in order.
Absolutely.
And you keep everybody on time, right?
That's it in a nutshell.
In a
Yeah,
Zoom full of speakers. Yeah. How do you
absolutely. That's
He has a hard job. He has a hard job, but he does it well.
So just share, since your beginnings, Noam, you said you were there, you've been with the Toastmasters a couple of years as well?
about 1 year, year and a half, somewhere within that time frame. If I remember correctly, I believe I started in July of 2021. So actually, yeah, closer to a year ago. Yeah, but that's around the time.
So aside from your role as the Sergeant at Arms, like, just share with us like what you've gained from being part of this membership.
Absolutely, yes. I've definitely gained a lot. I've learned how to speak more confidently and with less nerves and with more ease and with more confidence. And I've learned how to, with the table topics, as was mentioned before, I'm able to deliver impromptu speeches that are unplanned, and I feel I've become more and more proficient at doing that. So I've definitely gained public speaking ability, even more than I had before, and just more confidence.
Yeah, no, and that is a skill set, right? To be able to just hold an impromptu conversation and or carry a certain subject matter. And for if anyone is interested in knowing, and I'm really referring to my viewers, July is actually considered the Freedom of Fear from Speaking Month, right? And July 3rd, if I'm not mistaken, is the actual day identified as the Freedom of Fear from Speaking Day. And so I'm sharing this to say, while we missed the July 3rd celebration and or acknowledgement of this particular month awareness, Toastmasters, the individuals we're speaking to right now are representing the Bronx Toastmasters. However, Toastmasters is an international organization, and they happen to be having a convention in August. So I wanted to defer to Dr. Frankie to elaborate further on what that looks like, right? Being the Toastmasters from the Bronx, meeting up with, like, I see the convention is going to be held in Nashville, but it's a hybrid offer. So let's talk about that.
Definitely. Let's dive into that. And really quickly, we are the Bronx Riverdale Toastmasters, because there is a Bronx Toastmasters. It's so many of us. So we're just the Riverdale version of that. But let me tell you, everybody's going, Riverdale and the Bronx. We're having our international convention in Nashville. This is the first convention back post-pandemic. And we're excited about that, August 17th through the 20th. And it's just going to be 3 days of storytelling. The theme is the art of storytelling. And if you have ever listened to a speaker and been captivated by what they say, it's because they're telling a story and you're all ears, no pun intended. And so what we're doing here at this particular convention is we're going to just dive in and continue. For those who value art, the skill and the science of storytelling, we're asking you to come, join, and learn how to really shape your narrative so you can be a great speaker. It also includes the World Championship of Public Speaking, and that's what we're here for. We have contests annually, and this year, from our region, we don't have a speaker going, but there are going to be speakers from all over the world, and they're going to be competing to see who is the best public speaker. And
oh my. This is awesome.
Yes, yes. I mean, it gets pretty intense. And let me tell you, these speakers are packed with 10 to 13 minutes of content where there's no notes and they're just critiqued on how they stand, how they talk, their vocal variety. And it's everything about being the best speaker that you can be, and also being an active listener as well. And so with that, we just learned 4 tracks. They're going to teach you about public speaking, professional development, personal growth, and inclusive excellence, because Toastmasters isn't just about public speaking. It's about empowerment. It's about leadership. We're in leadership positions, and so we're learning how to work with others. And we're just taking that on a different level. And that's what we want to do with Bronx Toastmasters this year.
Wonderful. And we want to thank you also for bringing it here to our viewers. And if anyone is interested, what Dr. Frankie Graham-Brown was discussing is the Toastmasters International 2022 convention. And that's taking place August 17th through the 20th. And while they will be in Nashville, it's actually being offered virtually as well. So if you're interested in participating, you can go to toastmasters.org. That is all the time we have for today. But we do thank you for bringing it here to our viewers. And of course, you guys, if you're interested in becoming a Toastmasters Club member, you can also go to the same website. Thank you once again, Dr. Frankie Graham-Brown, and that she is the club president of the Bronx Toastmasters Club in Bronx Riverdale. And then, of course, we have the Sergeant at Arms, Noam Schuldenreim, and he's also part of the Bronx Toastmasters in Riverdale. So, and once again, for more on events and how to join the club, you can visit BronxToastmastersClub.org. All right, stay tuned because Bobby C's Weekly Sports Roundup is coming up next.